and welcome back to Story Break. I'm Mike Champagne, and I'm glad you joined us for this new story, The Diner. In this story, a young woman comes in search of answers concerning her history. As for many of us, the answers are not always satisfying. If this is your first stop at Story Break, please take a few minutes for yourself to relax from all the things you have to do and give yourself a chance to breathe. Just listen to a story. If you like what you hear, please press like and subscribe or follow us so that you'll know when the next story is released. For now, take a moment and listen to The Diner. It was a greasy spoon diner in a part of town you only drove through. The street it was on was lined with thrift shops, pawnbrokers, and automotive repair places. As she got out of her car, the well-dressed young woman looked around her nervously and fed the meter. 2 hours, and it should be enough. Again, she eyed the neighborhood and hesitantly entered the diner. It was empty. There was no one there except for an old waitress sitting at the end of the counter, smoking a cigarette and sipping on a cup of coffee. The smell of burger grease was heavy in the air, and the young woman chose a small table from a line of tables that ran down the middle of the floor. Booths lined the outer wall. Some of their vinyl seats had been torn and repaired with duct tape, and the whole atmosphere was one of being worn and defeated. The young woman slipped her lilac Angora sweater from her shoulders so that it draped on the back of the wooden chair, and she checked it to make sure that it wasn't trailing on the floor, and waited awkwardly, watching the front door. The old waitress blew a cloud of smoke and stubbed her cigarette, and she painfully rose from the bar seat, grabbed a menu and a paper placemat. She approached the young woman from behind and put the mat on the table, making the young woman jump slightly. "Oh, take it easy, honey. I'm just taking your order." She put the menu in front of the young woman. I'm waiting for someone." The young woman looked up distractedly. Okay. Coffee?" "Well, sure, that'd be good." The young woman kept her eyes on the front door of the diner. "How do you like it, honey?" The old waitress waited. Just milk, please." Did anyone come in here before, a woman?" "Well, yeah, there was lots of them. We're quiet now, but the lunch shift, we get the mill. We're the only place close, so we get them. First time I sat down when you come in." "Oh, I'm sorry." "Oh, it's okay, honey. I'm used to it. Al makes a pretty good burger if you're interested. The fries are fresh cut. None of that frozen shit." "No, thanks. Just the coffee for now." The young woman kept her attention on the front door. "Sure thing, honey. Nice sweater. Color's real pretty on you." "Thank you." The young woman answered over her shoulder, maintaining her focus ahead. The waitress shuffled stiffly around the counter to the huge streaming coffee urn and poured out a strong black coffee. She filled a small creamer with the milk from the cold dispenser, which she placed on the saucer and brought the assembly to the young woman's table. As she placed it down, some of the coffee sloshed into the saucer, and the waitress pulled a napkin out of the holder on the table and put it under the cup to soak up the excess. The young woman didn't notice anything. She kept her eyes on the door and never said a word. The waitress hesitated for a moment and then headed back to her place at the end of the bar to wait. She lit up another cigarette and sat watching for the young woman to signal her. After an hour had passed, and at the end of a few cigarettes, the young woman still sat stiffly watching the front door. She hadn't touched the coffee, which the waitress knew must be cold by now. She thought for a moment, and then she poured out another cup of hot coffee and brought it to the table. "I brought you a warm-up, okay? That one's cold." She reached for the cup. As she did so, she was able to see that the young woman's eyes were brimming with tears as she softly hunched down and sobbed quietly. "What's wrong, honey?" "Nothing. It's nothing." The young woman took a napkin and dabbed her eyes. "It ain't nothing if you're crying." The young woman fought to regain her composure. I was waiting for someone, but I don't think they're coming." "The woman you asked about?" "Yes, I was supposed to meet her here, but she isn't coming." "Well, maybe she got caught in traffic or something. She might come," the waitress offered. "No, I can tell she's not coming." This was a waste of time. The young woman began to rise from her seat, but burst into tears again, and the waitress stood there, looking around, trying to think of what to do. "Look, honey, if it was that important, you don't know, she might be here in a minute. Let me get you something, and you can wait a couple minutes, can't you?" "She wrote to me. She asked me to come here. Why did she do that if she wasn't going to come?" The young woman began to be angry. "Oh, I don't know, honey. Who was she, anyways?" My mother." The young woman sobbed again. "Your mother?" "My natural mother. I was adopted. She contacted me, sent me a note. She gave me this address and a time, 2 p.m. today. Why do that? Why make me come here and then not show up?" "Oh, honey, maybe she was just scared. Can't be easy to face a kid you gave up. You know, she don't know how you're going to act. You might hate her for leaving you." I just wanted to meet her. I wanted her to know I'm okay, that I have a good life, that I don't hold anything against her." "That's real good of you, honey. Ain't too many people got that kind of forgiveness, you know." "Well, what good would that do? I've wanted to know about her my whole life. Out of the blue, she contacted me, and then this. Well, maybe it's for the best, honey. Maybe she ain't somebody to know, you know? And if you got a good life, well, you ain't lost nothing." "I do. I do. I have a wonderful husband, a lawyer. My parents, adopted parents, are the best people. They encouraged me to come. They thought it might be good for me to meet her, and I wanted her to know." "Well, know what, honey?" "I'm expecting in March." "Well, look at you. Ain't that something? Oh, honey, forget her. If she ain't here, she's the loser. She ain't never going to know what a pretty thing you are, and so nice, and you got a lawyer husband and a kid on the way. You had a nice family to grow up in. You don't need to cry about her, honey. Believe me, you got it made." The young woman paused for a moment, then looked up at the waitress. "I did want to know why she gave me up." "Oh, sure. Who wouldn't? Not to shame her. I just wanted to try to understand." "Oh, honey, those things, it's all the same sad story. Young, poor, stupid, drugs maybe, or booze. It's always the same damn thing. You don't want to know all that." The young woman thought for a moment. "Still, I wanted to know her." "Sweetie, just enjoy what you got. Not everybody gets that. You hear me?" The young woman seemed to come to herself. Yes, you're right. I should pay you." "Oh, on the house," the waitress waved at the young woman. "No, I should..." "What, a cup of coffee? Come on. You just get on up out of here and go home to those nice folks of yours and forget about all this. It ain't no skin off your nose." The waitress picked up the young woman's sweater and held it out to her. "Thank you. If she should show up, she won't. Don't give it another thought." The waitress walked the young woman to the door and held it open. The young woman stepped through the door and turned back to the waitress. If she does, tell her..." Tell her I'm sorry I missed her. The waitress watched as the young woman got into her car and drove away. She knows, honey. She knows all about it. I hope you enjoyed The Diner. In 3 weeks, we'll release another news story entitled Suze. This is a story that follows the hardships of a little girl who must find her way in a mostly selfish and indifferent world. Please join us for Suze. In the meantime, stay well, do good, and I'll see you then.